Is Rupert Lowe the new Oliver Cromwell? Is Rupert Lowe the new Oliver Cromwell? That's what I want to get into in this video, so thank you for watching. It is appreciated. There was a great deal of enthusiasm for Reform UK before the general election in 2024. A genuine grassroots movement that could mobilise en masse and actually put power back in the hands of the people. That was the concept or the idea for many of the grassroots, me being one of them. I have my membership card here. The situation is, it can go either way, and this is what I want to get into in the video. The momentum, I feel, actually stalled, and it stalled with the Rupert Lowe incident last year, around the same time last year. There seems to be a difference of opinion between the politicians, Nigel Farage and Rupert Lowe, on whether you can reform the system from within, the belly of the beast, take the talent from the legacy parties wherever you can, if you can call it talent, bring them into the fold, plead forgiveness, and actually reform Britain from within with elected politicians, career politicians, as it were. The other train of thought is people like Rupert Lowe, people from business, genuine grassroots members who have the will and desire to change the country for the better, and actual people that will always have Britain or their constituencies' interest at heart. And that was the divergence, and that was probably why Rupert Lowe was booted from the party in my particular view. I'm a member of Restore Britain as well, cards on the table, and I am sympathetic to Advance UK as well. Where the grey area is what the next government looks like and who's going to be running the country. This is the grey area. Now, just for the irony, we are under another monarch called Charles. This was Charles III. And the last civil war in England was under the reign of Charles I, so they have the information. Oliver Cromwell was leading commander of the Roundheads, the Parliamentarians, during the English Civil War, 1642 to 51, fighting against the Cavaliers, the Royalists, who supported King Charles I. A couple of key points for the context. Cromwell rose to prominence as a cavalry commander and later helped create the New Model Army, which was crucial to Parliament's victory. The conflict ended with Charles I being tried and executed in 1649, and an unprecedented event in English history. So that's the context. And yes, there is an Oliver Cromwell statue in my county, in Warrington. So history lesson over. What actually happened over the next few hundred years is that the power in Parliament shifted gradually from the monarch, then to the House of Lords, the hereditary peers, finally into the House of Commons. The problem that we've got is that the House of Commons, as a representative and democratic body, is anything but common. It's full of hereditary peers under another name. Take Ellie Reeves, for example. She is a prominent Labour MP. She is the sister of Rachel Reeves, Rachel from Accounts. Do you think she got to be an MP through talent? Do you think she got to be an MP because she's got her constituency's best interests at heart? Or do you think she got the position as MP because her husband, also a Labour parliamentarian, is a peer in the House of Lords? I think his name is John Cryer. And then you've got Rachel Reeves herself. And then you look at another dynasty, another hereditary dynasty in Parliament. You've got Neil Kinnock, who led the Labour Party in the early 90s, and now you've got his son, Stephen Kinnock. Do you think Stephen Kinnock got into politics because of his talent as a politician, or do you think he got to where he is in politics because of his connections to the Labour Party? You see, the system has just changed, it's evolved. So the House of Commons is not for common people. Me personally, I don't think you should be able to be in the House of Commons if you are not common, if you are not working class, if you are earning over a certain amount of money, then if anything, you should be in the House of Lords. That's the issue. We seem to have replaced one ruling elite, the hereditary peers, by title, by another type of hereditary peer, the hereditary peer through the patronage of the political party, whether that's Tories or whether that's Labour or the Lib-Dumbs. That seems to be what happened. So, Nigel taking in all of these failed politicians and all of these big names from the Tory party, it is a strategically clever move, playing within the confines of the system, playing within the confines of the old game. Are we playing by the old rules? That's the question. Are we really doing that? Can the system be reformed in and of itself? Or do we need to basically go back to the drawing board and start from scratch? Rupert Lowe wants 500 MPs in the next parliament to be people that are like him, not politicians. It could work. It could really work. And this is the issue, and this is what I want to bring before you today. It could work. Momentum seems to have stalled with reform. They can build it up, and there's 3 years till the next election, so that can happen. However, there's interested parties, anybody who's got an interest in making sure that Britain is everything that it can and will be and should be restored to, is also watching eagerly to what is happening with Rupert Lowe. I got an email today from Rupert's Restore Britain inviting me to an event in Great Yarmouth. As Restore Britain members, I am delighted to invite you to a special conference in Great Yarmouth on 13th of February. It is on Britannia Pier Theatre, 6:30, plenty of available parking nearby. We are officially launching our new local party, Great Yarmouth First, with other exciting news to be announced as well. Please get your ticket, link below. I will be going. I will be going to Great Yarmouth. I've never been to Great Yarmouth before. I want to see what all the fuss is about. And you need to be in it to win it. Why have all your eggs in one basket? I'll get to that analogy in a moment. And then we move on to this one here. When the incident with Rupert Lowe happened last year, Nadine Dorries, formerly Tory, now over to Reform UK, she put out an op-ed, a hit piece on Rupert Lowe regarding the accusations, and this was the headline. Nadine Dorries, the sickening threat Rupert Lowe made to a fellow Reform member, why I'm finally telling him the truth about Britain's most far-right MP. I smell fear. I don't smell reality and I don't smell facts. I smell fear. Fear for the establishment, fear for the way that they do things, and fear that their time in the sun is over. This is good. What isn't good is, as I say, now she is in Reform, and this was dropped before she joined Reform UK. This is the issue. Now, as far as I'm aware, with the incident between Zia Youssef and Rupert Lowe, all charges were dropped and nothing's gone forward. So she's writing a hit piece in the newspaper on poor Rupert with no evidence. She's took one side. She believes that Zia Youssef and Nigel Farage are correct and Rupert Lowe is wrong. This is the issue. This is the issue. And this is the friction on the right that there currently is. I want the best vehicle for running the country. If Reform get in the next Parliament and betray their voters and betray their base, the best thing is, and this is brilliant.
Basically, we have all our rotten eggs in one basket.
And then we can just get shot of Reform after that election. And there's a lifeboat, whether that's Rupert Lowe's formation with Restore Britain and locally led parties, locally led people, or Advance UK. Rupert Lowe seems to be of the opinion that we need to go back. We don't need to go back to 1997 and abolish everything that Tony Blair's done. We need to go further back and further back and further back. Maybe as far back as Glorious Revolution. There we go. I knew it would come to me. Back to the Glorious Revolution. Maybe even be done with the monarchy as well, depending the situation as it arises. What's your opinion anyway? I'd be interested to know what your opinion is. I'd be interested to know. Do you think Rupert the Burr has got a point? Or do you think he needs to step in line? I still think, honestly, there will be a coming together before the next election. There's two competing visions here. Nigel's vision that he delivers on that gives us everything we want and more, or Rupert Lowe's lifeboat, Rupert Lowe's strategy and Advance UK and the locally led parties. Everything's to play for, and it's going to be a very interesting few years. Now, if you like this video and you think that Rupert Lowe's right, we need a Cromwellian revolution, as it were, make me aware. Make me aware if you think that Nigel's Reform UK is the way to go. There's no point in having all your eggs in one basket. Interested parties need to know. Comment below, like and share, subscribe, do all that great stuff, and I'll see you in the next video later on today. Have a good day.